Starfleet Underground. Every week, we'll take a look at the latest Star Trek news and then check out a current or classic episode of Star Trek.
Minooki, the masked god, makes an appearance. The engineering crew is forced to relax, but they engineer their way around that and drive Captain Freeman crazy. Mariner Boimler and Tendi race Delta Shift for the new quarters on Deck 1. Tiana and Shax are in the holodeck doing what you do on the holodeck. And Ransom collects churros.
Behold, I am your Druidic king. All of the ship will bow down and worship nature. Lake here.
Sir,
Forest here.
he's wearing a mask.
Shit, did he go through that treasure chest we just found?
Rumble patch here. My first
shit.
officer shall
Captain.
be filled with cactuses. Or cacti. He will have cactuses.
Watch out for number one, the prick.
Excuse me?
You don't?
My science officer shall be filled with roses.
Oh, I like
Watch
that.
out for her thorns.
My engineer shall be filled with dickweed.
What? What does that mean?
This ship will become a living paradise.
He just made me dickweed?
Oh, I think we have to call Section 31.
Is he talking about using the ship from Lex?
My quarters shall be filled with pussy willows.
Somebody go get a Vulcan over there and neck pinch his ass.
You
Do something.
will never be able to.
Pinch your ass.
Did the dot get to
I
him?
think the Dot got him.
Okay.
Thank you, Dot.
Oh, thank
Now
God.
somebody's got to drag him to sick bay. Can you just beam him over to sick bay? Get EMH to reboot the captain.
Yeah.
Pull off the mask first.
Which one?
What the fuck just
Thank God
happened?
you're back.
That was the third time this week, Captain. You have to stop doing that.
What? I got this thing from, it was in a package from Beckett saying that she didn't want her mother to have this anymore.
You put it on, didn't you?
Yeah, because I thought it was for Halloween.
Well, it is Halloween coming up.
What the hell? Why does sick bay and everything looks like a jungle? Is Patrick playing Welcome to the Jungle music?
You called me a dickweed, sir. I wasn't very impressed by
I
that.
did?
Oh,
Yes.
someone's offended.
And you were playing with Pussy Willow.
What? Not my quarters. Oh my God.
Somewhere. Something.
I'm sorry.
Somehow.
I'm going to have to get the dots to fix everything here. And
I don't know. I sort of like the jungle feel.
please tell me that this didn't happen before we started broadcasting.
The light was on before anything happened.
Yeah.
Mother Hubbard. Okay, give me a second.
You can say it, motherfucker.
I
You don't have to be nice.
yeah, I got to get back
Oh,
to
yeah. We're not meant for kids.
No, we're not. Give me a moment. I got to get back to my quarters. Hold on.
Sorry.
And put some pants on. Ugh.
You don't like that?
Masks on, pants off. That's how it usually is.
Ugh.
What the hell?
I mean, if I wanted to see the dark side of the moon, we could just fly around it.
What the hell? I got all of these little willow stuff in my cabin. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Starfleet Underground. My name is Captain Nathan Adams. Apparently the dots are laughing. I don't know why. I'm going to have to listen to this broadcast later to find out what the hell I did. I'm here with our full crew complement. We have our wonderful science officer.
Hi, I'm Heather Ferris. I'm the science officer. And honestly, I really like this jungle feel. I feel like it's a Tarzan vibe with the vines. I want to go swing on one of them. Just a second.
No, Dot, we did not capture Carol Burnett. She is not on the ship.
Heather just went swinging.
Oh, my God. And, of course, the guy that really keeps our programs running smoothly, my number one.
Hey, I'm Patrick. I'm number one. I'm the computer guy and the foreign species liaison.
And, of course,
But I don't do Pussy Willows.
good, because they're in my quarters for some reason. And the guy whose endowment is legendary now throughout Starfleet, my chief engineer.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rocky. I'm engineer of the show and the ship. And you guys know how I like to check out other podcasts and things and see what's going on in the world of Trekkie stuff going on. I forgot to mention, like a couple weeks ago when we were at the Star Trek convention, I was putting out the Starfleet Underground cards. So there's very few of them that were put out there, but I put some out there. And on one of the tables, I noticed that some other cards made acquaintance with our card. There was a card that was called Boldly Stripped. And it's boldlystripped.com is the website. And it's beautiful. It's very, very cool. This is a project where some lovely ladies dress up in various Star Trek outfits and take very, very tasteful photos. And they're putting out, it's a Kickstarter. So there's various versions of this. So you can get either a clean, like, okay for all your friends to look at book. And then they have a version that has naughty bits in it too.
Oh, nice.
So there's a naughty bit version and a non-naughty bit version. So they go both directions. It's really, really so super tasteful and then tasty, basically.
Well, you got to put a link.
That depends on what flavors you like.
You got to put a link.
Yeah, so we'll link that up, and you guys can probably figure that out by now. But yeah, it's very cool. And as you pledge more, there's various levels you can get involved with. They have got little extra trinkets. They've done photo shoots in various flavors of Klingon.
It says their project was funded, so I don't think you can actually add to their project anymore.
What is it? What is it called?
It is boldlystripped.com. They originally went for $12,500 for their goal. They hit that in like a week or whatever, and they're currently at $52,549.
Holy cow, that's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they've been doing pretty good.
Hey, girls, can I join you guys? Just asking.
Let's see. If you come in at certain levels, you can actually join them in a photo shoot.
Really? What level?
I think that one is already done.
Oh.
Yeah, they've sold that one out already. They only had so many of those available. And then they had one where they're going to throw up a card day party, which they throw little lingerie parties, apparently. And they're very classy people.
Star Trek sleepover.
I know.
I want to do a
like
Star
fun?
Trek sleepover.
It sounds great.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd bring that one up in case you hadn't heard about that one. They got a little video on the website. You can take a look at the things they're doing and the various photo shoots. They've got one with, tribbles. And apparently you can purchase some of the tribbles that are involved in the shoot. Things like that. This is just really cute all around. I support it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
It
sounds really cool.
Yeah, it does. And I'm disappointed.
Check that out.
We should have had our science officer join. They would increase their money.
If our listeners want to donate, what was it, 12,000 or 50,000? If they want to donate that amount of money, I'm totally up for it. I think we could do it.
One of our rich people would probably do that.
I mean, I'll show them the dark side of the moon for $50,000.
Right.
I mean, if you get the angles right for me, I would do it for 50 G's. Why not?
Oh, let's do a group one together. That'd be so much fun.
Well, I mean, don't we show our ass every week anyway? So
yeah, but it's a podcast. They can't see it when we do that.
No, that's true. They can't, but they can try. Okay, and if they were a member of our nudity Patreon part, they could see all of Patrick's fine, gorgeous stuff.
Good point.
Yeah. So where was I? Oh yeah, damn, this stuff is all over my quarters. Doc, could you please hurry up and get this out of here? Thank you. First off, we are being brought to you by our wonderful people at Patreon. Thank you so much for being a member and helping us offset the cost of spading and neutering tribbles as well as everything else. We are very fortunate and happy that you're here.
Yeah. Well, we're happy about it. The tribbles aren't too happy about it, but we're happy.
Yeah. Well, I keep trying to explain to them their stuff still works. It's just that they can't produce anything. So.
You're lying to them?
Well, they don't know. Well, I guess now they do if they're listening.
Well, I mean, their stuff still works, but when you spay or neuter a cat, they can still fuck, but they just can't make babies.
It doesn't work if you can't make babies. It's not working if you're not doing what it's meant to do.
Well, they can still,
something's working if you do something right.
They can still do it.
Do it. Tastes so good.
That's
I like to watch.
So
that explains the humping tribbles down the corridor then.
Yeah. I'm looking on our website. I don't see the link for what you just said.
Oh, you want me, the boldlystripped.com?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was busy looking at the teased photo with the all blue paint skin Andorian.
Oh my God, that's one of our tribbles.
What?
How did our tribble get into a photo shoot?
They say they make their tribbles by hand.
No.
Do we have
that spiky tribble, the brown one? That's one of ours.
Is that where he went?
What the hell?
Jesus. And look at that whip.
Wow. Okay. Well,
The secret life of tribbles.
I didn't realize this would make this much of an interruption on our show.
yeah, no, it's just curious. Their background looks similar to ours. I love it. The nebula. Next. Okay. All right. Don't just appear and look at me. I'm going to say it. We're also being brought to you by Section 31. Can you go now? Thank you. And so there we are.
And we are not made for kids.
No, if you're under age of 18, you need to get out now because we're not a
Yes.
child's podcast. That is
Not at all.
definitely there. So next, corrections.
Let me check subspace here just a moment.
I hope Lana corrected you again because
She wasn't correcting me. She was correcting Rocky last
well,
time.
she's correcting the show and you're supposed to catch the correction.
And we are clear.
Okay, so that means we're perfect again. Woohoo! All right.
Yay.
Next,
Ooh.
we're going to go ahead and look for anything that's happened north, east, west, and south, but that's in the spherical nature because in space is no real up or down. So there's that. But for navigational purposes, galactic center of the universe is considered the X-plane. So we just go with that. That's how we're able to rotate and keep the ship oriented. We're going to go ahead, since with that little bit of boring news, we're going to go with exciting news. Heather, what do you have for us?
Hi, Captain. So this week's news is all about Will Wheaton. Whoop, whoop. He joined the Star Trek Mirror Universe as a Terran Emperor, Wesley Crusher. Now, this is in Star Trek Online Ascension. He is also joined by Captain Killy, which is Mary Wiseman from Discovery, Admiral Lita, I love that, which is Chase Masterson from Deep Space Nine, and they are featured in a new mission. Now, Paul Reed, who's in charge of this, told comicbook.com, quote, "When we first started the Terran Gambit arc, the identity of the Terran Emperor was a mystery. People only had clues and breadcrumbs," unquote. So this is a really big reveal for longtime players. Prime Universe Wesley Crusher is a super genius with traveler powers. So he does have his traveler powers. Now, before this, a story arc they had to scrap was joining Crusher on Traveler Adventures, sort of similar to Doctor Who, but they didn't have the budget to take it as far as they wanted to go, so they made him a Terran Emperor instead with traveler powers.
That's pretty cool.
That's impressive. So he's not only just an emperor, he also has traveler powers.
He also has the traveler powers, yep, and he's a Terran Emperor.
That's
and a
fucking
super
awesome.
genius.
That's
fucking
going
awesome.
to be awesome to play out.
Oh, totally.
Where's Georgia when we need her?
And anyone who knows Will Wheaton, if you guys have watched his past movies, he does a really good villain.
Yeah, he can.
he plays his villains well.
Yeah, he can, because I think he channels all the people that's pissed him off throughout his career.
Yeah, or his life, like his family.
So I think that's really cool. And
Yeah.
how about you there, number one? What do you have for us?
Well, TrekMovie.com did a little interview with Michelle Hurd, who you might know as Rafi on Star Trek Picard.
Oh, I love her.
She's amazing. So she talks
I love
about
her too.
doing her own stunt work. And she does, in general, she does her own stunts. And she's a black belt in martial arts. So she's,
Holy shit.
So she literally could kick my ass.
she could
Don't
indeed.
fuck with her.
No.
So if you're at the convention, don't annoy her.
I've never had any intention of annoying her.
Well, I mean, you
Acting.
never have an intention of annoying the actors, but it just sort of happens when you're in the moment because you're like, oh my God, I love you. Can I follow you around for the rest of your life?
No, if you bother her, you'd see a flash of light, and then you'll be up there going, "What happened? How did I die?"
Why did I ascend?
That's pretty funny.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then she also quickly talks about how each of the seasons is basically kind of standalone. Like the first season was written by Michael Chabon, who's a novelist, and it's almost like reading a rich book.
Oh.
And then second season was by Kiva Goldsmith, who did A Beautiful Mind. So it's all sort of cerebral and time travel. And then the third season is Terry Metalis, who was an OG Trekkie. He was a PA on the set when Jerry Ryan first came on as 7 of 9 and on Voyager.
Oh.
Now he's the showrunner. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to it. I've heard nothing but good rumblings about how great it's going to be. So, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And how about you, Rocky? What do you got for news?
Well, for my Italian friends, so many of you, apparently Paramount Plus has launched in Italy September 15th.
Nice.
So that was this week. They've got Strange New Worlds, Discovery, and Prodigy available. Although, if you want to watch Lower Decks or Bricard, those are still on Amazon. But Paramount Plus is out there, and they've got a lot of Italian programming for you as well. That's pretty exciting.
And if you sign up for it, you get a free replicator and a free bottle of wine.
You do?
No.
Oh, give me a replicator. I need
you
that.
Need one.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah.
It's a need.
Anything to keep Heather from cooking is definitely on that.
Oh, God, please. Please.
Replicator not included.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I should have said that, because then we'll get sued for it.
Replicator and bottle of wine not included.
No, it is not included, but included in my headcanon, but it's not included in real life.
You get whatever you want, headcanon.
Now,
that's cool.
For those of you that never really grew up like myself, Playmobil has decided to come out with the adventures of, let me put their tagline. Space, the final frontier. These are the adventures of Playmobil, their ongoing mission to create playsets that encompass all strange new worlds, to seek out new adventures with classic civilizations, boldly going where no playset has gone before. Well, they got a new playset that's coming out, and it's the Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock playset. And it looks really, really good. They got a bridge that opens up, and you can seat the little tiny Commander Krug, where you can stomp your boot in his face and go, I have enough of your shit. You have the wings for the bird of prey, can be moved from attack to in-flight. There's even a little molded set with the planet breaking apart. There's lights and sounds, and they have a whole bunch of characters in here, as well as Kluge, Maltz, Tog, and a no-name officer, so you can kill the red shirt really easy, as well as Admiral Kirk, and a newly reborn Spock, which Patrick can raise and call his own. There are Klingon weapons, communicators, extra view screens as well. So if you guys want it, it's over at Trek Core for the pictures and as well as the extra features and everything else it's going to have. As for the cost of this thing...
Want it. Who wants it, want it. I want it. Okay, sorry.
No, that's okay. Well, if you want it, it's really, really expensive, but unless you have a rich daddy, it's not really for kids because it's got 94 pieces and the price is going to be at, I don't know why they just don't say $300, but it's $299.99 and it's going to ship in January 2023. You can pre-order it at Entertainment Earth right now, and it's going to be available for other retailers as time goes by.
We'll say it's 300.
Yeah.
They don't have to say it's 300. We'll say it's 300.
A psychological play, you know. You paid $300? No, I didn't. I paid $299.99. It's not $300.
I got it on sale.
That penny is worth something.
That's right. Well, what are they going to do? Because there's always been talk of getting rid of the penny. So that's going to be interesting. Then it'll be $299.95.
By the time we get rid of the penny, we're going to have to get rid of the dollar because it's going to be obsolete.
Yeah, well, money's getting obsolete now. Everybody's using Google Pay and Apple Pay these days. It's rare.
And everything, I swear to God, is $100.
Yeah, you notice that. And when you go to pay
with... That's still money. It's not.
When you go to pay with actual cash, the cashier looks at you like, what is that? It's money.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Now that we've gotten the news out of the way and everything else, it's time for number one to do what he likes to do.
Play with myself?
Well, you haven't done it on the show yet. That's going to be...
Harass other...
Mute your microphone first.
You know, let's do that as a new
Harass
tier.
other shipmates?
Yeah, let's do as another tier. That's going to be a new Patreon tier. As you hear Patrick indulging himself.
No.
Oh, no.
I don't think so, sir.
No.
You get a chance to hear him like a little mouse in the corner.
Somebody has to edit that. No, thank you.
You are not editing that.
Nope, not happening.
Okay, go ahead, Pat. What was the homework? And let's get into it.
Okay, so this week is Star Trek Lower Decks Season 3, Episode 4, Room for Growth. It aired on September 15th, 2022. Teaser. Goopy, wait, is Gwyneth Paltrow here? Tendi loses Goopy in the midst of a crowded lower deck, and despite being crowded, she and the others are being in the action. Captain Freeman is possessed by Minooki and is transforming the ship into an ancient temple. Ransom and Kayshawn desperately try to stop her as she transformed Boimler's violin into something else.
That explains
Did you guys recognize that's something else?
I got the mask.
When they tell you to wear a mask, they're not talking about that kind of mask.
And Goopy, I wonder if that's after the infomercial about the Goop.
I love Goopy. Goopy, I was so excited. I'm like, it's called Goopy. I want a Goopy.
Goopy!
Did anyone get the Gwyneth Paltrow reference?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has goop.
Okay. Just checking.
Goopy!
Goopy! That was so awesome.
When she was chasing after Goopy, I just started to sing, hang on, Goopy. Goopy, hang on.
Hang on. Hey, yeah.
Okay, that may be too obscure a reference for some of the people who listen to this. They may not have any idea what that is.
Well, then their homework is to find out what it's from. Just use those words. Except change Goopy with Snoopy.
No, it's not Snoopy. It's Sloopy.
Sloopy, same thing. Thank you for instantly correcting. But yeah, she keeps it in a beaker. So
yes.
I thought that was funny. This is like
Beaker?
What, the third time she's made a pet? She's made a pet.
Tendi's good with pets.
Yeah.
I like that.
She's the kind of gal that has all kinds of pets.
Where do her pets go, though?
Well, apparently it goes into the Jeffries tube and you have to chase after it.
Like, what happens to her pets that we never see her pets again? Well, we saw what happened to the dog. He got put on the farm.
Yeah, the dog was on the farm. Yeah, imagine a few of her pets go hang out on the farm.
I wonder how often they stop by the farm.
That's actually kind of funny.
It's probably have to pass it every time between space dock.
Oh, God.
Where's the pets? Oh, they've gone to live on a farm.
They went to the farm.
But yeah, it was like a weird thing is, what was her name? Minooki?
Minooki.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys know what that was referencing?
It was referencing that episode from Next Generations where Data got the mask on and became.
Yes.
I don't remember the name of the.
It was called Masks.
No, but the name of the god that was wearing the mask.
Minooki.
No, it wasn't Minooki. It was I didn't bother to Google it.
It was Minooki from the Dahari civilization or tribe or something.
Yeah, but that's a different one. No, the one Data was wearing was named something else. It wasn't Minooki. It was. I'm just trying to stall long enough for Patrick to correct me.
Well, while we're waiting for Patrick, it is The Next Generation, Season 7, Episode 17, Masked, if anybody want to watch it.
I thought it was referencing the Jersey Shore, you know.
No, that's Snooki.
Jersey Shore.
Okay. Close enough.
And that hallway looked like a college dorm.
Before or after they transitioned with vines and
Before. Yeah, no, too many people. And then you notice how fast it cleared out after the captain came through?
Well, yeah, they all know get going and running because somebody's running around with a mask.
It's the third time this week. Stop touching masks. I laughed so hard when Mariner said that.
That was funny.
How do you accidentally keep touching the mask that many times? You figure after the second time, like, oh, I better not touch that anymore.
This third time this week. It's been 1 week and this is the third time this week. What the hell?
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know, but they love being in the lower decks because they see everything. And sooner or later, somebody always walks by. So that was pretty cool. Pat?
Okay, Act 1, Forced Relaxation, Damn Delta Shift. Captain's Log, Damned Arce Archive Artifacts. Philip updates Freeman on the repairs. Shax is concerned that they've been working nonstop for a week. Freeman orders them on a therapeutic getaway. As Rutherford packs instruction manuals, Tendi wonders why he's bringing them. There's an upcoming lottery for a few vacant rooms on Deck 1, Penthouse Suites. Tendi once again loses Goopy and finds him in the Jeffries tube, where she overhears the Delta Shift planning to rig the lottery, so they get the rooms. Tendi informs Mariner and Boimler, and they all agree not to let Delta win. The Cerritos rendezvous with the Dove, where they're greeted by an Endosian named Taz, who declares her mission is their relaxation, and gives them wristbands to measure their stress levels, and takes them on a tour of the facilities. Boimler finds a shorter route to the terminal via the holodeck. They come upon a bank simulation where Tana and Shax are playing Bonnie and Clyde, and then begin to engage in sexy time. Ew.
That was funny. Lower Decks is the only one that ever goes into what people really use the holodeck for.
That's true.
I just thought that was hysteric.
Killing and sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially it.
It's really a live version of Westworld. It was so funny because you sit there because like, why is everything in black and white? You know,
I thought they would mention that, but they just kind of ignored it.
Yeah,
it's like it happens all the time.
It's like, let's go ahead and kill some coppers. And then I love Shax. I don't know if this section or maybe the next section. He basically says, you know, you don't use me for my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was hilarious. That whole thing with Tiana and Shax was freaking funny.
You know, I thought that was very, very funny. And how they had to get out there. And then when Tiana turns around and goes, disengage safety protocols. I mean,
Yes, we found her kink. We know what her kink is.
That's, danger kink is what that is.
And then Tiana says, we'll do the nasty on the table and make the hostages watch. It's like, oh, damn. We just found the Pornhub channel for Bonnie and Clyde bank heist featuring Tiana and Shax.
Oh,
That's
my
a
God.
Foreplay fantasy.
Very specific kink right there. Make the hostages watch.
And then you hear it, she's like, okay, you want to get personal? I'm going to tell you something nobody ever knows. How I lost my tail. And Tendi's like, I'm not going anywhere. It's like,
I want to hear.
They had to drag her down that tube.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Ryan's worst
my
sex slave, so
God.
I'm not surprised Tendi was all getting all hot and bothered
seriously.
Like, wait, I have to hear.
You know, that was really funny. I just thought that was hysterical.
I just the moment they deactivated the safety protocols, Boimler's like about to get wasted and unknowingly, and they just happen to pause the program just at the right moment, and it's literally inches from his face. I'm like, oh my God, Boimler just almost got killed.
And that's something that medical can't regrow.
Yeah.
Right
Yes.
between the
Pop a
eyes.
bullet through your head. Can you fix that? We don't have Band-Aids for that.
Oh my
by that.
goodness.
Usually being inches from your face isn't a bad thing.
Oh.
Well, it depends on what you're
Oh
shooting.
my.
This is true.
Okay, well, before we get into that conversation, going back to the last section, you guys were wondering who that was called.
Oh,
and
you
it was
Googled it too.
I did. It's Masaka.
Yeah, Masaka is waking.
Masaka is waking.
It was something else. That was a trippy ass episode.
Yeah, it was.
Well, anytime your starship gets transformed from regular starship to temple, it's a pretty engaging incident.
We just needed an Indiana Jones running from a boulder going down the corridor.
Right? Yeah, giant, or big giant rock coming down.
And snakes.
That would have been perfect.
Oh, I hate snakes.
Yeah, why does it have to be snakes?
Patrick loves snakes.
Oh yeah,
Patrick's into snakes.
The bigger, the thicker, the better.
Patrick's into snakes.
He loves big, thick snakes.
Oh, ooh la la.
You notice there was no denying.
And
See?
Oh.
Hey, own it. It's all good.
Yeah, but it was a really funny little part. I like how they do these little side stories that have no connective tissue, but you learn more about the character's background.
Well, it's not just every single episode of The Next Generation. We see relationships between the bridge crew. And I always wondered what it would be like to be one of the lower deckers and walk in on one of them. And here you go. You know, you have two of the bridge crew that have a relationship together and you walk in as a lower deck and you're like, oh, I just walked in on them fucking. Oh, shit. Oh.
my eyes,
They didn't put the sock on the holodeck door. You got to put the sock on the holodeck door.
And I love
That
how
was the
Shax
problem.
get all excited. You're going to tell me something personal about yourself?
Yeah.
So it's like in Firefly in the movie where the doctor tells Kaylee, it's like, I didn't get a chance to really know you. She's like, know me? Like in sex? She's like, fuck that. I want to live. So that was pretty funny. Number one, let's go to the next act.
Oh, not yet.
You only partially covered
did?
this act, though.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we have a lot more to talk about.
You got to talk about what's going on with the engineers.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Continue on.
Okay, so with the engineers, the engineer team is afraid of so they keep working. They can't relax. They keep working.
Yeah.
They have to fix the door. They have to,
And they're dragging.
And I was like, oh my God, the engineer team is afraid to be seen as quiet quitting. This is the problem.
You know,
That's not what it is. They just can't stop working. Yeah.
They were totally afraid to be seen as quiet quitting.
Engineers like to fix stuff, and every time your stuff is broken and you can't fix it, you gotta go fix it. It's like, I gotta do something. I'm driven.
Yeah, and
they don't know how to take a break is the problem.
No, and then you get Billups, and they told us like they've been working like nonstop for what?
A week straight.
Yeah, 24 hours.
Time has lost all meaning. I've been there before when time has lost all meaning. You're surprised what color the sky is because I don't remember it being that color this time of day. And you realize you don't know what time of day it is.
And then he smacks Shax twice. And it's such a wimpy slap.
See, this is what you perfectly led it to the point I was going to make. So I'm glad that you said it. It's like most people, it's like, you're stressed. Fuck you. I'm not stressed. Slap.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Who's stressed? I'm not stressed. You're stressed.
So yeah. And he starts to go, it's like, I don't need a breakdown. I don't. I'm just fine, okay? I'm fine.
And then the captain's like, we are definitely going on vacation. You do not have a choice. This is an order. You have to go on vacation.
But you can't order us on vacation. We've got to do engineering stuff.
Yeah, you got to think about that. As an engineer, you're duty bound. You want to get your shit done. If there's stuff to be done, it's on your mind.
Duty.
There's still stuff.
In the spa, did you guys recognize the person who was running the spa? The one with 3 hands?
Taz?
Yeah, Taz. Do you know the species?
She's from that the animation series. Yeah.
Yep. The anime series. One of the bridge crew was Edosian, I believe you say.
That's not right, actually.
Did you not hear my recap?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't paying attention. I never pay attention when you're doing the recap.
I said they were greeted by an Edosian named Taz.
I was Googling Masaka.
I was Googling Masaka too.
And it's kind of like a pleasure ship because they give them lemonade and wristbands to show that they're part of the timeshare group.
Yeah.
No, part of my recap was that Cerritos rendezvous with the Dove, and they're greeted by an Edosian named Taz.
Oh,
okay,
you said
cool.
That's so manly and quick.
Did you leave out the part about the puppy playpen?
That's in the next section.
Puppy playpen was.
Were you sure?
No, where they walk by the
puppies in a.
It's right when they
the mud bath?
arrive.
Yeah, they walk right by it. It's part of the tour.
Well, I was talking about Freeman being in the puppy pen.
And then also the clean on, and he's throwing the axe. Which, by the way, did you guys recognize the target practice dummy? The clean on was assaulting. It's a insect monster that was seen in Worf's holodeck program in the Next Generation Season 2, Episode 2, where Silence Says Lease. And you can also see it again on Season 2, Episode 20, The Emissary.
I thought it was kind of funny when she says his time was over a long time ago, but nobody wants to tell him.
Nobody's no telling. Yeah, you tell him. I'm not telling him. You tell him.
That was funny. I'm sorry, engineers. I totally forgot about you.
It's okay. It happens. I was just more impressed by when they were talking about the puppy playpen that the more deviant get kittens. No judgment.
I love that.
I thought that was like, aw, deviants get kittens.
Well, that kind of fits Patrick's
Deviant.
bill.
Oh.
What?
You're a deviant. You get like 3 cats.
You have pussy? Oh my God.
He's got like 3 cats. He had a 4th one, but we don't talk about that one.
Is that named Bruno?
Nobody talks about Bruno. No. We don't talk about Bruno.
I had to laugh that they're like, wait, we're doing this tour. Where did the engineers go? They look back and they're all fixing the fucking hatch.
No, that was funny.
Like, of course. That's what an engineer wants to do when they take a vacation. They want to go fucking fix things that aren't the regular thing to fix.
Remember, that's what his first date was when he noticed that the door was sticking a little.
Yeah, he had to fix the door.
Well, I love Tiana's diagnosis. You are a fucking pile of stress. That's her diagnosis.
Oh, well, she's right. And she was.
Mm-hmm. And then we also...
Tana doesn't mince words.
No, she doesn't.
No. We also had the room lottery, too. The Delta Shift room lottery they were going to rig.
Yeah, that's what started the whole adventure. You're right.
I love how Tendi was like, I always wanted to explore an ethical gray area.
Yeah, why not?
and she was like overheard in the holodeck. And I thought it was like, was going to be subterfuge that they were talking about it. But no, they weren't. They actually wanted to get to the computer and do it. So I thought that was funny. And so they're on a venture.
Yeah, we need a room lottery.
Everybody has their own room.
We all have rooms.
Wait, you guys, I want a room.
You have a room.
I have to sleep in the science lab.
No, you have a room.
But you have a bed in the science lab.
Yeah.
Why does she have a bed in the science lab? Wait a minute. Let me think about this a moment.
Do you want your own room?
I want a room.
Do you want your own room?
Right.
Do you want your own room?
I want my own room.
Okay, we'll get you a room.
If you're a good boy, we'll get you your own room.
You want a room? The science officer wants a room. You couldn't get a room. This is a good girl. She's a good girl. Yes, she is. Okay.
Now give me some cheese.
All right.
You're allergic to it.
No, you get gas propelled if you get cheese. So no.
It's gassy.
No.
Porthos gets gas. I love it.
Okay. Now we can go to the next section.
Yay.
Okay, Act 2, Swamp Things, Engineers being engineers. As Boimler, Mariner, and Tendi crawl through the tubes to get to the terminal, they come upon a swamp under the hydroponics bay, which has a Temerian Dephrin root, which can be grown without water as long as there are high levels of nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide. Boy, oh boy, it's trippy time for Boimler and Mariner. Orions are immune. Freeman emerges from a mud bath and finds her engineers in the sand garden where they are making a design schematic, which causes Freeman to leave the room in a huff. Boimler, Mariner, and Tendi come out to the next room where the gravity is significantly lower. Oh no, it's part of the deflector dish which Shax has just engaged and Boimler gets sucked into the gravity well. Mariner and Tendi narrowly escape and use their uniforms to anchor themselves so they can save Boimler. Back on the Dove, all the engineers are enjoying pedicures, but Rutherford refuses the manicure, which leads Taz to discover that they're all using cucumber slices to mod their wristbands. Freeman loses her mind and her wristband jumps to black alert. Black alert. Oz realizes Freeman is the patient that they need to treat and orders intensive treatment or she'll be sent back to Earth for full medical evaluation and blames the engineers for Freeman's situation. Phillips decides that they do need to relax and Rutherford comes up with an idea. Boimler, Mariner, and Tendi finally get to the vent that will give them access to the terminal, but it only opens for 10 seconds every hour. As they wait, Delta Shift arrives. They start to talk and end up laughing about their misadventures. Mariner suggests they all put in their names, that way someone will win and they get to have new friends out of it. But one of the Deltas get the vent open and they leave our crew behind.
That part I thought was kind of real life and sucky at the same time.
Fucking Deltas.
We're all just really friends, and as soon as the door opens, suckers, and they all run out and leave them there. It was like, wow.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That's harsh reality right there.
Yeah, it was. This is what I love about lower decks, because they're going through, and of course, Tendi is immune, but they all get high.
I love that when they're going through the swamp and they have the acid trip.
I think that's what Heather puts in your coffee is that Dephrin root.
It's part of it. Also, did you guys notice the skeleton in the roots, the trees?
I noticed the person on Twitter that tweeted about it before I got a chance to watch the show.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But I thought that was hilarious. It's an Ex-Doopler.
Yeah, it used to be a Doopler in the one of the old episodes, and it got caught up in the branches and died, and there's the skeleton.
That's funny.
Yeah, but when I first saw it, I didn't know who it was, and I'm like, oh, we found Brandon Rivers, a.k.a. the Three-Eyed Raven. Woohoo.
That's funny. But you notice that Orions must get high a lot if they're immune to hallucinogenic stuff.
Yeah, their tolerance is so high.
So
the Mariner and Boimler were tripping so hard. I couldn't believe how hard. God. That was some trip.
It was. Mm-hmm. It was really. And then I knew there was an exciting.
That was a Tuesday for me back in the day.
You can taste sounds? That's amazing.
And then I knew.
You can taste a lot of things.
I knew there was an exciting part
God.
coming out because I was walking by Rocky's quarters and I heard him scream, "They're in bras. Oh my God, bras."
I loved that just out of nowhere, like they need to make a tether. And what are they going to make a tether out of with their uniforms? I'm like, oh, wow. That was exciting.
Like, of course.
I was still laughing at Anti-Grav Boy, though. I just like Boimler's like the most ridiculous thing Boimler could do is become Anti-Grav Boy.
They always got to give him a messed up name. Before he was the Cube. No, he's Anti-Grav Boy. That was funny. And he
still don't know why he dyes his hair purple.
And then he leans into it. He's like, I'm Anti-Grav Boy.
Woohoo! When the low gravity room started spinning, it kind of reminded me of that carnival ride where the walls spin and the floor drops under your feet. Yeah, and you stick to the wall. It's I think it's graviton or something.
I've never gotten a chance to do that. I've seen it so many times. I've never got a chance to go into that.
I'm going to warn you, never go on it if you see a child.
Why?
Because,
there was a
puke. Yeah, because they're puke and the whole room gets it.
Are you kidding me? No, wait, I have to completely disagree with that because I went on there as a child and I was fine. It felt fine. Everything was good. There was no problems. I enjoyed it. As an adult who is older and now I have motion sickness, beware of the old people. The old people are the people you want to beware of because they're the ones that are like going to puke. They have the motion sickness and the health problems.
So get away from old.
We're the ones that got the churros before they went on the ride.
Yeah, or you see them scarfing a hot dog before they get on there.
Ransom.
Oh my God, yeah, Ransom. That would do it. But, and I love the fact that, the Captain Freeman, she turns into like a evil Stepford person. I mean, her hair goes crazy. Her eyes are wild. She's just...
Well, when she gets stressed out, she gets stressed out.
She's losing it.
I love that one of her curses was, engineers, we have a bunch of goddamn Geordie LaForges up in here.
That was funny. That was funny. That made me laugh out loud, really.
That was almost offensive, though, because one of them was wearing the Geordie visor. So I was like, wait a minute. Is that appropriate?
That's kind of like what Italians tend to do in New York. I don't know if they still do it, but when I was there, whoever's famous in your race, that's what they call you. So, which is really kind of funny. So if there's a black guy doing something, hey, look at here, look at Kobe over here. What are you doing, Kobe? It's like, come on, man. Am I not Kobe? It's just they tend to do that. So she took the most famous engineer. I'm surprised she didn't say Rocky.
Well, I do have an O'Brien Award, but
that's true. And there's a legend. I'm sure one day you guys will find out who measures up more. But yeah, so it was kind of funny. She just comes out of a relaxing mud bath and then find that they're over cheating with cucumber slices underneath their wrist.
Yeah.
The engineers engineered a solution to work around the test. It's just what we do a workaround. What's the big deal? That's what we do.
Hey, cucumbers are good for black circles around your eyes and faking out wristbands.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're all getting mani-pedis, and no wonder he gave himself away. No, I don't need a pedi. I really don't need it.
Manny.
And then that's why
I had to laugh that they were in the sand garden and they were just designing a schematic.
That was hysterical.
And she's getting a massage and she's looking at the Rubik's Cube, engineer thing that she's working on while she's getting the massage.
And she's like, I can't be the only one doing this. And you look over and the next guy's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, I've known people who've played Minecraft who have designed fully functioning Game Boys in Minecraft.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. No, they're people that do Minecraft and take the logic part of it and go full out. You can make a full on Abacus style calculator out of it and shit like that.
It's just surprised. That's a lot of time and investment, to do that.
Being like what we did with like World of Warcraft.
You did that with World of Warcraft?
No, I mean the time and investment.
Oh, yeah.
The hours,
yeah, that was a lot of time and investment.
No,
the hours spent playing.
How many years did you guys play?
I have like 6 or 7. I heard they changed it. I haven't logged on in a while, but I had 6 or 7 level 120s. And I have a figure that I had 3D printed of my main character at the time, which was Ebony Blade, was a mage. She was a glass cannon, but man, she could put out the DPS. Just don't hit her.
Man, I played MMOs.
I can put out DPS too.
So
I played MMOs for 4 years. It was literally from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. And this was like in the 2000s. So it was when you were on World of Warcraft. And if you wanted to do one of those group quests, it was literally 8 hours. Yeah. Literally fucking 8 hours. Yeah. And now they have like quick versions. And I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? I missed the quick version.
Yeah, they do. Before you had to sit and you had to assign. I hated being a healer because my screen would be full of the plugins to see who you have to heal and to keep up on everything. So you never see the content because your whole screen is filled with these little icons. You got to heal this guy. You got to heal this guy. You got to heal that guy. You got to. Do I really have to tell you to not stand in the fucking fire? It's fire.
I was playing Call of Duty, so I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
He said duty.
So changing the subject, when the Delta Shift gossips about Ransom, when they're together talking and they're gossiping about Ransom de-evolving into a Cro-Magnon state. If you guys want to see what this looks like, check out The Next Generation, Season 7, Episode 19, Genesis, where that happened.
I love how you research this shit. It's awesome.
And
Well, we didn't mention when they turned off the safety protocols in the holodeck. That kind of referenced an episode of Voyager where B'Elanna Torres felt the need to get an extra edge out of, or an extra rush out of, jumping out of a perfectly good starship without a parachute on, shit like that.
Oh, wait.
With the safety protocols off.
Isn't that also happen in what was the one with the Borg? With the Next Generation, when she's like, you broke your little ship with Cochrane, the movie.
They turned off the safety protocol so they could use weapons that worked against the, it was First Contact.
That's it, with First Contact. So he could use a machine gun.
But that was using machine guns as an offensive weapon. This wasn't offensive. This was suicidal.
I was offended.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool. And this whole thing, again, I really think that sucked that the Delta shift basically lied.
Well, that sucks is they pretended to be their friends, and then they fucking said, fuck you guys, later.
And they took off. So I thought that was wild. Okay.
It's kind of nice, though, because like what you guys were saying before, it's reality, whereas in most Star Trek with the bridge crew, everything is perfect. Everybody has boundaries. Everybody is, like a stable attachment and shit, or secure attachment. So it's like sort of nice to see people like fucked up like reality, because people are fucked up.
No, this is true. They really are.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think it's nice, but whatever.
I mean, it's not nice. It's it's more reality.
Yeah. It is sometimes a little more
nice.
It's definitely realistic. Yeah.
Speaking about realism, number 1, next section.
Okay, Act 3. Destressor Machine. Wait, isn't that a vibrator? We could have shared a room. Freeman is in the puppy pen and incredibly agitated. Taz is about to call Starfleet when Billups and Rutherford rush in saying they have a machine that will remove the captain's stress. Freeman gets in and after a few seconds comes out completely renewed as if she'd had 1,000 massages. Freeman takes the engineers back to the Cerritos and Taz demands that her assistant get rid of the damn machine. Boimler, Mariner, and Tendi, frustrated by the Delta shift cheating, notice that a drain that will bypass the vent that they're waiting on. Old Boimler jumps down the vent, landing safely. Mariner and Tendi follow, and it lands them on next to a ladder that will lead them to the terminal. Boimler accesses the terminal and discovers it's not 4 rooms on deck 1, it's 1 room on deck 4. What? Our crew decides to let Delta have it, thereby breaking up their crew. Later, the crew finds out that they did rig the lottery and all 4 of them will be sharing a room. Why didn't we think of that? They lament. Rutherford tells them that there's a party in the deck 4 room and asks if they want to crash. They all immediately decline.
Okay, the part that I thought, again, Star Trek being real life, when they came up with a machine that would instantly relax you, she's like, oh, this is so great. As soon as they leave, throw that fucking shit out the airlock now.
Dude.
That's like, they could have one of these on every single starship. It's like, you'd be out of business. I'm like, no.
Taz would have asked to buy the design from them. This is what Taz should have done. Should have asked to buy the design from them or get the design somehow, and then she could have charged per use and placed that in every fucking ship and planet around the galaxy, and she would have made a fortune.
Retired very early. She would have
made a fucking fortune.
But this is the future of the Starfleet, and money doesn't mean anything anymore. So
I would love it. It would be Vegas relaxing
vibrators too. What?
There's still money on some planets, like Ferengi. She could have sold it to the Ferengi, for example. There are ways.
And retired on Ferenginar. Yeah.
The planet's Ferenginar, not Ferengi.
It would be Uganar.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, that would be.
Don't say that in front of a Ferengi.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't offend the Ferengi.
The Ferengi won't be listening. I'm going to be doing umaks on them.
Well, that's what that thing would do. It would do umaks for the Ferengi. There'd be
that's what the holodeck's for. You don't do that out in public.
It's like, you've used your time already.
No public displays of affection.
Speaking of the episode you were talking about from Next Generation Genesis, a friend of ours, well, at least I know him, his Carlos Ferro was on that episode where he was one of the bridge crew and he turned into an animal on the bridge when that happened.
Oh, so animal in real life also, huh? Wow, wow.
I don't know about that.
Uh-huh. Bow chicken, wow, wow. So,
no, I don't know about that.
He's an animal in the sheets.
So I thought...
he could be. I don't know.
But see, again, they did something. Well, we're going to go to the lottery part of this, where they rigged the lottery and they decided to all share the room. But that's not what your first thought is to share a room with 3 other people, even though they could share it. But that's tight quarters.
Yeah, but a bit of tight party in the entire time.
Yeah, but...
they only have 1 bed in there.
And if they're lower decks, they're used to sharing anyway.
Yeah, but still, it would get to be annoying and stuff after a while. Believe me. I know.
I know. Sharing a room with you is annoying.
So, well, that's because you like to flatulate a lot. So is that.
Well, like anyone would notice because you smell so bad half the time.
Well, of course, because it's my body absorbs your odor because of all the flatulation you do. I mean, I should play the recording. It sounds like a band.
So what was up with Ransom and the Churros? Was he like going to do an apple pie thing with that bag of churros?
He was going to make his wife.
That's funny. I like it when they talk about, I heard he refreshes it.
He was refreshing. That's the word.
He was refreshing his wife.
He was refreshing it.
And the way he did it so nonchalant and kind of spyish.
In a paper bag.
In a plain paper bag. And he kind of looks around. That was funny. I forgot about that. Thank you. That was really funny.
That's what I like that the beginning of the act, they're trying to increase the puppy levels because the puppies weren't helping.
They included some rabbits and it didn't help.
They threw some bunnies and they had no effect.
We need more puppies. Increase puppy power.
Send more cops. Puppies.
That was funny. And Taz herself was stressed out.
Yeah, she needed that machine. Instead, she dismantled it. It's like, oh, come on.
She needed a cigarette.
She needed the vibrator.
A cigarette.
The Destressor Machine.
That third hand came in handy. It had that cigarette.
It was really funny.
I love how they had like her hands doing something, all three hands doing something at the same time. And it looks so natural. When she was lighting the cigarette, for example, one hand with the cigarette, one hand with the lighter, and the other hand against her head, like face palming. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, see, I love that. Because one of the movies that I love to hate, even though it made all kinds of money, is Independence Day. And I'll tell you why. Well, Independence Day. Will Smith? No, Will Smith, it's all right. But I'm annoyed at several little things, and my friends kept yelling at me to turn my logic brain off because I was failing to enjoy the movie because of all this obvious what the fuck moments to me. The alien, you see, had multiple arms. Throughout the whole friggin' movie, they show him with multiple arms. But yet, they get into the alien spaceship, it has a two-handed grip.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Why would they have just a two-handed grip?
They just flail the other ones around. You know? They don't use them so much.
So that was one thing that annoyed me. The other thing is that they show then that the alien's in a spacesuit. Okay, mind you, Will Smith is supposed to be a Marine, but he's able to knock the guy out in a high-pressure G-suit with one punch. Yeah.
I thought that was impressive for one punch, but I figure you hit him in just the right spot. You know, you knock the person out in the temple, just the right spot and the right force. And they go down.
That's a good point. That's a good point, though.
And then the other thing that annoyed me to no end, they show that the Air Force One is taking off. It's at full throttle. They hit the White House. The White House explodes, and Air Force One is at full throttle, barely being able to outrun the fireball. Cut to Will Smith's girlfriend. Stuck in traffic with the kid and the dog, looks in the rearview mirror, sees the fireball, have enough time to get out of her car, dodge through the cars, kick open a door that's stuck, and then call for the dog.
Wait for the dog to come through.
Before the fireball gets there. Now, mind you, even if she did all of that, the fact that she's in an enclosed room with the fireball going by should have ate up all the oxygen in that closed environment. She would have asphyxiated. But yet,
you need some puppies, sir.
But yet she comes out with smirks on her face.
Somebody give the captain some puppies.
So give the captain the vibrator machine.
So
the good vibe machine.
So the first time I watched the movie, I really didn't like it, but they made me see it again, and they said, "Just don't think, just enjoy the thing."
I mean, how can you not like the big speech at the end from the president? You know, this is our Independence Day.
Yeah, that was a good speech.
That was such a great moment in that film.
And also the part where they did things to him anally.
Oh, God.
That was funny. So, but other than that, I did enjoy it. Mars Attack was even funnier for me.
Mars Attacks. That was great.
That was funny.
But yeah.
We should do a podcast all in Mars Attacks.
I did that to somebody once over at the house and it messed them up. I put on Galaxy Quest and I put on the Thermian soundtrack.
That's awesome.
Because the whole movie in Thermian soundtrack is all
my God.
Thing, which is quite funny. Okay.
That is hilarious that they took the time to make another audio track of that.
That's hilarious as they let them put it on. That's what was funny.
The whole thing.
Yes.
It was hysterical. It was very, very funny. This episode, I dare say, in my opinion, is probably the height for me. I'll let you know my rating in a moment. But it's just really, I enjoyed this episode. It had everything for me.
I mean, a vibrator, come on, what you can't go wrong with a vibrator.
Especially if you sit on it and if it's like up dagger size
I was
up.
impressed at how fast it worked.
Yeah, really. Heather, what would you give this episode?
I would give this a 8.5 with a little jiggle room.
Ooh, I like it when you jiggle. That is so cool. How about you?
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
How about you, number one?
I'll give it an 8.25. I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. A lot of good stuff in there.
And you, Chief? I'm
going to give it an 8. I thought that it was a little too realistic for me on the engineering side of things.
I can't believe I just gave a higher rating than you.
Isn't
I think
that
that's
weird?
the first time that's ever happened.
At the end of watching this one, I was feeling like, that was funny, but it wasn't their best. They've done better. I'm not criticizing it and saying it was bad. I'm just saying it wasn't as good as the other ones.
Okay, well, for me, and this is going to be a first. Well, actually, there's going to be two firsts. I'm giving this one a hard diamond cutter 9. So all 9 in this because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how they were realistic because people are dicks and Delta proved it. They just went ahead and do that. I'm looking forward to a future episode where they say they broke up in the room because they couldn't all stand sleeping in the same room together.
Oh, that would be true, yeah.
Oh, I hope so.
That would be
I hope so.
Because they're having a party and everything else, and roommate situations sometimes never work out right. But I enjoyed the hallucinogenics. I enjoyed the whole thing about de-stressing. I enjoyed how they touched on a fundamental truth. Like Rocky said, engineers never rest. They're always looking to improve.
I mean, you go to a concert and you're thinking, gosh, I'd like to run that sound system or that camera, or look at how cool they hung that big, the big speakers.
That's what I'm thinking when I go to a concert.
Right? Just said, when I know, same thing with programming. As soon as you finish writing a program, as soon as you put in the last line of code, it's obsolete. Engineers always look at little ways to tweak it, and that's what
you got to
happens.
keep revising.
Yeah,
I can fix it. I can make it better.
Yeah, I mean, look,
it's also taking your work into your pleasure area.
Yeah.
When you go to a concert, when you watch TV or a movie, or for example, if I go to a casino, it's not pleasurable. There's no entertainment there. You're just thinking about work.
Yeah,
and like how people are screwing up. Like I wouldn't have done that, or they sort of screwed up on that, or they weren't supposed to pay that. Or
when I was in this service going through all electronic courses that the Marines had, when we went to a movie, it was hard for me to enjoy because they had the marquee out front, and you know how the lights are going around. I look at that, okay, that's an end around shift register. Somebody picks up a remote for the TV, okay, that's a light emitting dial going to a light sensing center on the other side.
Yeah, you start analyzing the tech. Yeah, and you're thinking, that bass drop was really good. I wonder how many subs they have in this room.
When they do a bass drop, my thing is, okay, they're taking the common emitters and they're tying them to the ground in order to decrease the audio amplification. Somebody took a TV and it spikes, and it's like, okay, they are putting that through an LC tank that separate the audio signal from the video signal in order to
it's like you when I got in a radio at first and you start to learn how radio work, then you realize, they just did this and they're going to do that next, and you start thinking about how many commercials they have in this break and what they're going to talk about next and when the top of the hour is, and
oh my god,
it gets stuck. You can't listen to radio the same way ever again.
Or you notice a really long song and you're like, they just took a bathroom break.
That's exactly right, because that's what we used to do. We put on, here's the extended version of Love to Love You Baby. It's like, you gotta go take a dump. And if
that's a really sexy song, though. DJ's taking a shit right now.
And back then, because now it's all carton digital, but back then when we actually used LPs and albums, you could tell, but the guy took a dump and there was a scratch, because you hear out there, love to love, love to love, love to love, and then the DJ was running back to the room.
That wasn't a scratch. That was the remix version. He was remixing
extended remix. Yeah.
So yeah, those were fun times, but it was an enjoyable episode. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm going to ask you, right?
How amazing I am. Yes.
No, I wasn't going to ask you that. What's next week's episode? Is it out? Do you know?
Let me take a look here and see if they have it listed, which I don't think that they do, but you never knows. Nope. So far they don't.
It's called Not Yet Announced.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. Not yet announced. Okay. So there we've had it. Another wonderful episode. Now, I do think I had it on authority that we have another listener, a dear friend of mine from over in Scotland, Tiny. If you're listening to us, Tiny, thank you for being a member. I'm only assuming so because I've seen you followed a couple of Starfleet Underground posts and things. I miss you, Tiny. Haven't seen you in forever. So I hope everything is going well. That's about it, I guess. Anything else? Anybody? Anything we're going to promote or anything before we get ready to go?
We've got merch.
That's right. I mean, some good
And I got yelled at by Heather for not linking exactly to the thing. I just linked to the store page. And then I got this really rude instant message from Heather going, I'm kidding. It wasn't that rude.
It was not rude. I asked kindly.
It was very rude. Polite. It was the most polite chewing out I've ever gotten from a boss.
She's like,
I was virtually taken into Heather's office and says, Rocky, you need to link to the actual thing, okay? That's just all I'm asking. Link to the actual thing. Don't link to the storefront. Link to the thing.
If you link to the storefront, they have to search for it, and then they might, go away.
But they link to the storefront. They see all the other cool things, too. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Link to the actual thing.
But you got to realize, guys, that we have hoodies that says we're the good guys. We have phone covers. We got mugs.
It's not just T-shirts. You can click buttons and change them into mugs and pillows and things. And
we have shirts and muscle shirts that says people are idiots. And a lot of people agree.
A lot of people.
All kinds of colors. We have baby Gorn do 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 do. And if you want to have your sofa to let people know what you think, we've got pillows that says people are idiots. We got stickers. We got a pillow that says baby Gorn do 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 do.
And we have more merch coming too. So this isn't just it. There's more coming.
You can mind mail me any day that was such a classic. Yeah.
And you go to a convention.
Did we sell any of those?
Yeah, if you can do that, mind mail me any day and take that with a Horgon to a convention, you're guaranteed to get
Wait, the whore's already gone, so we can't mind mail them.
That's just an empty shirt. That's just a blank shirt. That's a Horgon that's already gone.
In fact, we even got a face mask that says you can mind mail me any day. We got all kinds of stuff there, and it's all reasonable price. Wait, is this an American currency or is this Ghost Press Latinum?
It's whatever you can. Pay for it on the website thing.
It allows you to choose your currency of choice.
And if you click load more, you can click load more at least 5 or 6 times, and it's chock full of stuff.
You can customize the colors and things. It's very cool.
It's very, very nice. Very nice. You can even just do mugs, and you have a coffee mug that says you can mind mail me any day, and we're the good guys, and people are idiots, which I think is going to be a good seller. Well, at any rate, thanks everybody for joining us on another exciting episode of Starfleet Underground, and I apologize about me putting on that mask of Moki Nookie Nookie of whatever.
I don't know. I kind of hope we keep the jungle look. I like the vines.
I don't know if I like Pussy Willows all over the place. And apparently I misspoken. The doc was telling me about a plant that dickweed. Is it called dickweed?
You called me a dick, sir.
I did not manage to call you that.
Sir. You called me a dickweed.
Dickweed is an actual plant.
It is? You weren't trying to say milkweed?
I was trying to say duckweed.
Duckweed. How about just weed?
Yeah, we got some of that.
We don't need our engineer to get high when he's fixing the ship. That's not good. Because then we say, okay, warp factor 8. We're going fast now.
It's like we're only going warp 2.
Red alert, man.
This is why you shouldn't smoke before you drive.
No, not a good idea.
Red alarm.
So thanks everybody for joining us. And please come back next week so we will talk about another show. Please go ahead, if you wish, go ahead and add to our Patreon. If you want to send us any email, it's at thecollective@starfleetunderground.com. And that is thecollective@starfleetunderground.com. We do have a hot dog filter, so don't send any hot dogs to my science officer. However, my computer guy is wide open for it. So please remember, you just don't. Oh, did you say thank you?
That's what it sounded like.
I thought he said thank you.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Fuck you. Let me enunciate.
You said achoo?
You
said achoo.
The comm system sounds really clean today.
Yeah, it does. All right, so thanks everybody again. Remember, just don't have a great week, but make it so.
And if you can, support the show by going to patreon.com/Starfleet Underground. Lots of perks to choose from, and you might even like some of them. Starfleet Underground, beaming into a podcast feed near you. Log on to our website at starfleetunderground.com and send your comments and questions to thecollective@starfleetunderground.com. Follow us on Twitter at StarfleetUnderG and on Facebook and Instagram, we're Starfleet Underground.
What are you waving at me? No, I want you to remove it, not play with it. No, just get it out of my quarters. Patrick doesn't want the pussy willows. Heather doesn't want the pussy willows either.
I want the vines. I'm going to go swing on the vines again.
What do you mean? She did not. No, she did not. You faked that order. Heather, are you still on comms?
Hi, Captain. What's up?
The dot just said that you put in an order to share my cabin.
Is that okay?
So the dot wasn't lying.
I mean, if you don't want to, I'll remove the order. That's fine. Here, let me do it right now.
You can share it until we get you a full room. You can share it till we get you a full room.
Damn it! I already hit enter.
To what?
I removed the application.
Oh, okay then. I guess you keep sleeping in the lab until we can get you a full room.
I'm okay with that. I like, as long as we keep the vines. That's all I care about.
So there's vines. What happened to Patrick? Did he get all the stuff? He's good. All right. Oh my God, we're still broadcasting. What the fuck? Goodbye, everybody.